By the way, quickly you don't bring us cookies. You got. I'm still wondering that.
I'll have to do that in November. I did one time. Yeah, you missed it.
Son of a gun. I must have been gone too.
It was before we
Oh,
got you.
been a while.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Yeah. 5 months? 6 months? 5. I think 5, yeah. Yeah.
Well, if you don't mind, I'm gonna go ahead and start. Meeting will come to order a couple minutes early, but that's okay. We'll just get out of here a couple minutes earlier. Welcome. Our agenda's located on the table outside of the meeting room. This is a public meeting for which public notice has been provided. The proceedings are being broadcast and recorded and can be viewed online on the City of Casper's YouTube channel. First, I'd like to read some informational statements about the meeting. Use of cellular telephones is not permitted, and such telephones shall be turned off or otherwise silenced during the Planning and Zoning meeting. When speaking to the Planning and Zoning Commission, please clearly state your name and address. Keep your remarks pertinent to the issue being considered by the Planning and Zoning Commission. Do not repeat the same statements that were made by a previous speaker. Speak to the Planning and Zoning Commission as you would like to be spoken to. Do not address applicants or other audience members directly. Make your comments at the podium and directed to the chairperson and Planning and Zoning Commission. I'd like to remind everyone present that the City of Casper Planning and Zoning Commission is a volunteer body composed of members of the Casper community and appointed by the Casper City Council. Commission acts as a quasi-judicial panel, making final decisions on some items and recommendations to the City Council on others as dictated by law. Commission may only consider evidence about any case as it relates to existing law. The Commission cannot make or change planning or zoning laws, regulations, policies, or guidelines. All of us are here. We will excuse Commissioner Hall as she's at a wedding out of state. So the next item on the agenda this evening is consideration of the minutes from last Planning and Zoning Commission meeting held on September 14th, 2023. Are there any additions or corrections to the minutes for the September meeting? No. The chair will entertain a motion to approve the minutes of September 14th.
I'll make a motion to approve.
So moved by Commissioner Bates. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Seconded. Any discussion?
I wasn't here, so I'm gonna abstain
Okay. All right.
last meeting.
Any other discussion? All right. Please cast your votes. Please record the votes.
With Commissioner Winger abstaining and all other members voting aye, the motion carries.
Next item on the agenda this evening are the scheduled public hearings. Before we get started, just a reminder to all of this evening's applicants that it takes 4 affirmative votes to pass any item regardless of the number of commissioners present. If any applicants would like to postpone their case in anticipation of the possibility of more commissioners being present next month, then I would ask you to speak up when your case is announced. Case number 1. First public hearing tonight will be for consideration of cases SUB 491 2023 and ZOC 499 2023 concerning a request for approval of a plat creating the Lower Brothers Addition and zoning said subdivision to R5 mixed residential and ED educational district. The applicants are Lower Brothers and Mount Hope Lutheran Church. Are the applicants present and do you wish to proceed? Fantastic. Can we please get a staff's report at this time?
Absolutely. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Application has been made for a replat and zone change of 61.5 acres more or less to create the Lower Brothers Addition located generally south of CY Avenue and west of Hickory Street. The area involved is currently platted but undeveloped and is zoned R4, R5, PH, PUD, R2, and C2. The replat is vacating all the lots, blocks, streets, and alleys in the area and creating 2 newly configured lots. Proposed lot 1 is 49.58 acres in size, and the applicants have requested that it be zoned R5 mixed residential. Proposed lot 2 will be 11.93 acres in size, and the applicants have requested ED educational district zoning for the parcel. There are no current plans for the development of proposed lot 1. However, the plan for lot 2 is for the construction of a college campus, which will be the Lutheran Classical College. Mr. Chairman, we have one recommended condition associated with the replat, which has to do with getting easement releases from all utility companies and franchisees. Just a minor detail that will be tied up before final approval at the council level. There were no public comments, and I have 6 exhibits to enter. A is the application for a plat. B, application for zone change. C, public notice letter sent to the property owners within 300 feet. D, legal notice sent to the Star Tribune. E, photo of public notice sign on the property. And F, memo to the chairperson and members of the Planning and Zoning Commission. That concludes my report. I'll be happy to answer any questions.
All righty, thank you for the report. Exhibits are noted. Does anyone on the commission have any preliminary questions? None? All right. Next, I would ask that the applicant and or their authorized representative come forward to the microphone, state your name and address for the record, and explain your application to the commission. Flip coin.
Good evening. My name is Jeffrey Snyder. My address is 1410 South Walnut Street here in Casper. I've resided since October 17th, 1997. I stand here representing 2 entities that are involved with this. Mount Hope Lutheran Church, which I am the duly elected secretary, and also Lutheran Classical College. I am also on the Board of Regents and the chairman of the Buildings and Ground Committee. We stand in favor of this. Also, just the lot acquisition from the lower property. To expand our and be able to actually make our campus work, holding at least hopefully in the end 8 to 10 different student housings and 2 academic and teaching buildings and 1 library. The purpose of Lutheran Classical College is to fill a niche within our educational system that will not accept any federal grants. However, we are looking forward to employing up to 15 faculty with more staff, additional staff, and up to a maximum of 300 students. Again, our educational purposes is to train individuals with 2-year associate's degrees or a 4-year degree. The 2-year degree will also be working with Casper College in the trades as well, not just to educate for education's purpose, but also to support the trades as well. At this time, if you have any questions of me, I'm happy to entertain any questions, and looking forward to a positive outcome.
Thank you. Any commissioners have any questions?
Yes, I do, Mr. Chairman.
Okay.
I was just wondering, do you expect, are you gonna start building right away, or is this, not within a year or so, or is this?
It is our hopes. Our goal right now that we are going to obtain, no matter what, we'll have a start date for the college of August of 2025. We are in the process of gaining donors and donations to help build our buildings. We're hoping to actually there's a lot of dirt work that needs to be done in engineering.
Sure.
So that's one of the biggest concerns that we have. But also, since we do own a lot of Mount Hope, the church works with Lutheran Classical College, by the way. We own a lot of the property to the north of that lot 2 area that we'll be able to hopefully move some dirt into to minimize any impact upon our streets, any schools. We'll hopefully do everything on site is what our goal is. But yes, we'd like to have at least 1 building built, if not 3, by August of 2025.
Is this, Mr. Chairman, is this a regular Lutheran college? Are they, naturally they're a college, but I was just wondering, do they have them in all different states, or?
We don't. So our main church body, the Lutheran Church Missouri Synod, we do operate 7 different universities and colleges throughout the nation. We have Irvine, California, Austin, Texas, St. Paul, Minnesota, Chicago, and not Ann Arbor, Michigan, and also Mequon in Wisconsin. This is a different kind of a college. Basically, we're offering degrees. We're only going to be offering 3 degrees, which is why we're capping our student population for the full 4 years at only 300. We're only offering basically at this point only 3 degrees. that will basically not be in competition with our existing colleges, but at the same time offering a unique niche that is not being fulfilled in any of our Lutheran universities or colleges across the nation. So this is somewhat of a movement in some ways. If you recall that the Wyoming Catholic College in Lander is also doing something very similar. They're staying something very small, very intentional, community-minded, being very small on purpose. If this gains grounds, and somebody else would like to do one in a different state, by all means, we'd like to stay small on purpose so we can focus on what our goals are and not get too overblown and too encumbered with debt and encumbered with all sorts of different degrees that a lot of our colleges and universities, not just in the Lutheran circles, but around the nation, are finding very difficult to actually find a way to adhere to a vast audience.
Thank you.
Yeah. Are you guys looking at contracting out, or are you guys looking at trying to do most of it yourselves?
Oh, for the building process itself?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, it'll all be all contracted.
Contracted out.
Oh, so yeah, we don't have the means or the ability, even within our church bodies, Trinity Lutheran Church or Mount Hope Lutheran Church, we don't have the contractors that are willing to do these things, even pro bono. So yes, we're looking at contractors right now. We are engaged with an architectural firm designing buildings and looking at different possibilities of where we can actually place these buildings with minimal dirt impact or dirt movement to save on cost. But yes, we'll definitely be contracting out, finding a general contractor within the community.
Okay.
Fantastic. Alrighty, thank you, sir. Oh,
Yes, can you say what the 3 degrees are that you're gonna be offering at this
I think
time?
it's just a general liberal arts degree. One will be an emphasis on education and the other will be on the emphasis of the pastoral office.
Thank you.
anybody else?
And those are for the 4-year degrees. The 2-year degrees will be an associate's degree, whether it be in those same areas or, as I mentioned earlier, in the trades, where we're actually working with a professor at the Casper College on how do we work together and working with, so they can graduate with an associate's degree, but also taking classes at Casper College in the trades.
I have one more question.
Okay.
I'm sorry, you might have said this and I didn't understand. Are you gonna have a dorm or are they living off campus?
We will have student housing, but not student housing for every single one of them. I think our current plan right now is to have student housing for up to 160 of the 300 students. So we will definitely be having a lot of our students, probably have some married students living off campus as well too. But we need to provide something, especially for the younger freshman, sophomore classes, something of a stability, being a part of the college community as well. That is our goal.
Thank you.
Any other questions? All right, thank you, sir.
Thank you
Appreciate
very
it.
much.
And now's the time when we ask for members of the audience to come forward.
I've done some of yours.
Oh, somebody else is gonna come speak. Okay.
Oh, yeah, I'm the other party.
All right.
Yeah, my name's Robert Lower, and I'm, one of the partners in Lower Brothers Properties. My 2 brothers, Jeffrey and Dennis, I'm the only one that lives here in Casper, so I've got to, manage this deal for, the past, 30 some years. But, yeah, the property was purchased back in the early 60s by my late father, Dennis, and his partner at the time, Bryce Cool. And this has really been the first time in 60 years that anyone has expressed any interest in purchasing any of this property from us. So when the Lutheran Church contacted us to talk about this project, we were just absolutely thrilled. And it's especially neat to see that it would be going to such a noble endeavor as the Lutheran College. It currently serves a very noble endeavor, grazing pronghorns, and so that's really good. The little guys need to get something to eat, but this would be a wonderful project. We'd be just thrilled to see it happen, and it would really help us, I think, in the future to make the rest of the property more marketable and more likely that it would be developed. So much of the piece of property is not even developable, and the stuff up towards the hill, the grades are so steep you couldn't do anything with it really, but a ski hill. So the church is wanting to buy was some of the best of the property, and, we'd just really be excited to see it happen.
I knew your dad well. Good
Well,
man,
thank you. Yes, sir.
good man.
Yeah, we just lost him in April.
Yeah.
But, yeah, he had a good long run.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
Always enjoyed Dennis,
Oh,
so.
yeah, thank you,
all right.
thank you. But if anybody has any questions for me, I'd be happy to field them.
Any other questions?
Mr. Chairman, I just think it's perfect place. It's right off, there's not much traffic. Well, it's off of the major CY Avenue and off in there and, you know, with the, a little landscaping and all that, I think it's gonna be a beautiful site.
Oh, yeah.
You know.
Those hills will make good snow sledding hills for college kids.
Oh, absolutely. Nice to get some exercise running up and down.
Yes. All righty. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Anybody else? All right. So now it's time when we ask members of the audience to come forward in either support or in opposition to this case. Please remember to state your name and address clearly in the microphone for the record. Anyone wishing to speak in support of this case want to come forward? But anybody in opposition to the case? All right. So short and sweet. Say nobody else wishing to speak in either support or opposition to this case, the chair hereby closes the public comment portion of the public hearing. Plat request and zoning request will be voted on separately. First up for the vote will be the plat request. Chair calls for permission to approve with conditions, deny, table, or postpone to a date certain. Anyone?
Mr. Chairman, I'll make a motion. I was looking at, oh, here it is. Yeah, I gotta read this whole thing. Oh. I'll make a motion. We approve SUB 491-2023. Request for the final plat approval, creating the proposed lower brother addition, being a vacation and a replant of the block 191-9, including platted streets, alleys, and easements, lower and cool addition. All of the block 15, lots 1 addition, and lots A and B, and part of the vacant alley. Block 2, Mount Hope addition. Applicants have also requested a zone change of the proposed lower brothers
Let me read
addition.
that part.
Yeah, okay, that'll be another.
That'll be the next one. All right. So we have a motion to approve with conditions by Commissioner Wiggender. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Commissioner Eskew's second. Having a motion and a second, is there any discussion? I didn't think that piece of property would ever be something done
Were
with
the
it.
conditions with the,
Conditions with the easement of the releases of the easements. So. All right, being no more discussion, please cast your vote. Please record the vote.
With all members present voting aye, the motion carries.
All right. So now we be voting for the zone change. Chair calls for a motion to approve, deny, table, or postpone to a date certain. Motion, someone?
Mr. Chairman, I'll make a motion to approve ZOC 499-2023, the rezoning the Lower Brothers, lower addition.
Okay. We have a motion to approve. Commissioner Hutchison. I have a second, Commissioner Bates. Having a motion and a second, is there any discussion?
Mr. Chairman, I just think it's great for economic development and for the kids. I just think it's great. It's good for Casper and Wyoming.
I agree. Can be
It's
a
a
good
beautiful
project.
site
Yep.
for something like this.
Absolutely. Anybody else? Being no further discussion, we'll now vote on the motion, which is the zone change, ZOC 499-2023. Please cast your votes. Please record the votes.
With all members present voting aye, the motion carries.
All right. Your plat request and zone changes have been approved. Would staff please advise the applicant of the next steps?
Mr. Chairman, the Lots of zone changes that need to go to the council. We'll need to get that established date. As you know, we need to get some paperwork done with the easement releases. In the meantime, 3 reading the council, so we're still looking at 2-3 months out before we get a final opinion.
All right. Thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Absolutely. Next on the agenda is special issues, and they're none listed on the agenda for this month, so we will move on to communications. Chair calls for any communications from the commission. Anything? You guys are boring again this month, huh? All right. All right. Chair calls for communication from the community development director or the city planner.
Nothing this time.
Nothing this time around. Chair calls for communications from the council liaison. Nothing? All right. How's council going?
Going.
Okay. When is the final day for applicants for the empty spot? Tomorrow. Okay. Thanks, sir. Chair calls for communications.
We have 8 that have already been certified, with the 9th to be certified.
No. Fantastic. That's good that there's some interest.
Mm-hmm.
And when's the interview?
Is the interview the Tuesday?
Yes.
This Tuesday.
All right, we'll have to tune into that and watch the applicants. So,
Now that will be early. We haven't set a time yet. But we will be backing up from the 6 o'clock meeting start, allowing, well, basically, we need an hour to go through this.
at least, yeah.
Or 10, plus then a half hour. So we're looking at 4 to 4:30 starting that interview process.
All right. Fantastic. It's nice that there's some interest in, it's nice that you have some interest in people wanting to serve. That's great. All right. Chair calls for communication from Historic Preservation Commission liaison. That would be me. The ornaments that we said should be in shortly last month, they got in and they're all sold. So it was a fantastic, so
They can
now.
reorder?
No, we're gonna discuss what to do at our next meeting, but, probably we will just move on to what we're gonna do for next year. Maybe sometime in the future, we'll think about maybe doing another run of NC, but it was a limited edition, so we're gonna stick with that for now.
I won't.
No.
Could have got out there and bought one.
Well, did they they sold all 500?
All 500 have been sold.
Oh, okay, because when I went up there, they just had the first 50. And
Yeah.
they said they haven't got the rest in yet, so they already
They are already
gone.
gone.
Okay,
So,
wow,
now we'll be in discussions on what the limited edition one for next year will be.
that's gonna be exciting.
It'll be fun. We're excited that we had that much interest in them. It's a great one to start with, I think.
Oh, yeah.
Chair calls for communications from the OID. We didn't have a meeting this month, so nothing to report there. Communications from anybody else present? Wallace, anything? Nothing? All right.
Just double checking that all meetings will proceed for November and December as usual. Okay, just wanted to make sure.
How many do we have November? Just 1?
One of these. So, short meetings.
Yep.
All right. At least we'll have something to do. All right. Well, if there's nothing else, then the final item on the agenda for this evening is adjournment. Next meeting of the Planning and Zoning Commission scheduled for Thursday, November 9th at 6 PM here at the Lyric.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
And Terry says he moves that we adjourn. Any second? Ken says he seconds it. Any discussion? Cast your vote. Record the vote.
With all members present voting aye, the motion carries.
All right, we're done. Thank y'all. I can go back to current tax returns.
Oh, yay.
I should have mentioned.